Wait, talking tears?
Hello, what's
How
up,
is everyone
everyone?
doing?
Shake your ass for money.
Hey, my name is Lucas.
And my name is Jacob.
The Bro Show Podcast. Wow, that just brought me back to our Patreon live stream where we did a live performance of the Bro Show theme song. But you had to be there. I won't talk about it anymore. I don't want to brag about the VIP room. But we did do the first ever live performance to the Bro Show theme. And let's just say people who were there, they got a treat and probably never will experience anything like that ever again. Better than Coachella.
It was a moment to be momented.
Yeah, it was a moment. That's for sure. Speaking of the Patreon, shout out to this bro of the week. He wants to be referred to as the awkward guy from Bermuda. We literally just included a photo of Bermuda. It looks really pretty.
Is Bermuda near the Bermuda Triangle?
It must be.
Dumb?
Is he lost in the Bermuda Triangle and that's why he doesn't want to show his face?
Maybe he knows a secret about it that no one else knows, so that's why he doesn't want to show his face.
But he actually left us a really nice message when we nominated him as Bro of the Week and said, listen, I just want to support you guys and be a part of the Patreon. I don't want fame. I don't want all of the millions of listeners to know what I look like. So he wants to just promote Bermuda. I don't know if he actually even lives there, but he wanted to be referred to as the guy from Bermuda. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Man who will not be named.
Also, I want to visit Bermuda after looking at that. The water is literally crystal blue.
It looks like paradise. Like, if your plane is going to get lost, might as well be in Bermuda. It looks beautiful.
I want to jump off one of those rocks. I would be scared, but if someone told me they did it and they survived, then I would do it.
I've never been somewhere, and you haven't either, because unless you just went without telling me, where the ocean is blue. Is that a thing? It wasn't like that in LA, though. Ocean's like a brown.
Is that only in tropical places?
Yeah, I feel like it's, like in the Bahamas or something. But I want to go somewhere tropical. I went to Cabo, and is that tropical?
Wait, was the ocean blue there? I picture it to be blue.
I don't really remember. I just remember we tried to go jet skiing.
What I do know is that there's places where the ocean's warm. Which sounds
the
so
East
cool.
Coast.
Because when you go to the ocean in California, it feels like you're going into an ice bath most of the time.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I want to experience the tropics. So if you ever want to be Bro of the Week, head on over to lucasandjacob.com. Not .net, not .org.
And like
.com.
And dot the symbol, not DOT.
COM, not CUM.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if you knew that.
So
Can you make a website with CUM as the ending?
I remember there was a time when they were releasing all of the domains for .sex. And like I know Taylor Swift bought like taylorswift.sex, .porn, because like she didn't want anyone making like a Taylor Swift porn website or something.
Oh, that's like fun to know, but it would be more fun like if she like bought Taylor Swift.sex and then it just like went to like one of her songs. Well, it probably does, right? Wait, can you type it in? I want to see what it leads to.
I'm scared.
If she bought it,
whatever,
like,
I'll give my computer a virus. Are viruses still a thing? You never hear about them anymore. Okay, Taylor Swift.sex. This site cannot be reached. Okay.
The way that I look up viruses is that somehow MacBooks and iPhones don't get viruses. But if I owned a window, I would be scared of viruses.
But right now we're on a Windows computer.
Oh, yeah. So it's kind of like
I don't believe in viruses. We're past that stage.
Is that a thing of the past?
Please let us know in the comments. Like, are viruses still a thing? Like, I know our grandma, like, someone hacked her computer and went on the webcam and said, like, you have to owe me all of your money or, like, I'll take over your computer.
But that isn't a virus. Like, isn't that just a scammer?
I think that's just a pop-up window she didn't know how to click out of.
But what was always so annoying, when we did have a, like, Windows family computer when we were kids, sometimes you'd go on it, and I don't know if this is a virus or what, but sometimes like 50 things would pop up. And you have to X out of all of them, and I'm pretty sure that was a virus.
That was annoying. All these annoying ass pop-ups. I remember one time on our family's computer, I clicked on I was on just surfing the web, and it said free digital camera, and I was like, are you effing kidding me? So I clicked it, and I was like, I want an effing digital camera, and I put in the whole family's address and phone number and just forgot about it. But I was like, if this is real, like, I'm gonna get the free camera. And I remember like a month later, my mom got so mad at me because they either called or something and said we owed money. And I'm pretty sure my family had to give them all of our savings and we had to like move to Bermuda. But
Now I have a conspiracy. Do you think that even back then the technology was available for computers to listen to you? Because what if you were standing by the computer saying, I want to start a YouTube channel? And then they knew.
It could be. But back then, digital cameras, like, that was the shit. Like those clunky-ass digital cameras, you would take them to school, upload the album to Facebook.
What ones are you talking about? Like the
There's
ones
like pretty much this looks like a Canon G7X, and more clunky.
Oh, yeah.
Before cell phones took the photos. What was I gonna? I feel like I had something really important to say. Like what I owe it, like stuff I
the family owes all the money to the camera place.
That must have been it.
Sorry for interrupting and making a topic.
I don't think you did. I didn't have anything important to say. Let's be honest.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
But this podcast, it's about stuff that's underrated and stuff that's overrated. We asked the bro community on Instagram, Twitter, the Patreon. Follow those if you want to be included. And we asked them to tell us things that were severely underrated or severely overrated.
First, I do have to admit that both of these terms kind of annoy me. Like, they both just kind of out my thing. Because if someone says
like I was doing a whole podcast about it.
Oh, yeah, like, I'm down for this. But at the same time, the reason... Well, first of all,
I
underrated.
know why it triggers you.
I'll get underrated out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the first time I heard this, I'm not joking. I was a freshman in high school, and I was hanging out with my friends, and they were talking about random famous people. And they were talking about this person's overrated, this person's underrated. And at the time, I didn't really know what that meant. I just thought, like, under, and then they're rated. So, like, I don't really know, but then I asked them, and they just meant, oh, like they're just hyped up too much. So that was the first time I heard about it. But then there's this thing where people comment on YouTube videos, oh, you're so underrated. And, like, that's just kind of like, oh, so you're just calling me a flap. and then if you're calling someone too overrated, so, like, you could say Beyonce is overrated. But then I don't like that either because it's like, who are you to say she's overrated?
I guess just everyone, it's like
I have a bone to
has
pick.
a ass, like they say. You have an ass hole and everyone has an opinion. Isn't that a saying?
Yeah, something like that.
So everyone
do you
has these thoughts of judging people, but might as well share them with the world, you know? And spread negativity.
If I was gonna stop using underrated and overrated in my vocabulary, I guess I already do use it, but I just say, oh yeah, like this person's hyped up too much.
Oh yeah, but if you really get down to it, this just a question came to my mind.
It's not real.
I mean that, but also, would you rather be underrated or overrated? Like, part of me said, like, I first of all, I'd be like, oh, I want to be underrated because I want people to think he deserves more. But then again, like, F all of that. I'd rather be overrated. Are you kidding? Overrated means that so many people like you that it's ridiculous. I'd rather be overrated 100%. I want to be so overrated that people start saying he's getting too much ratings.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if I had to pick, I guess rather be overrated.
Yeah,
well,
I'd rather be the one where people are like, oh, like, why does everyone like them? Then why doesn't anyone like them? Who wants to be underrated?
I mean,
but then again, underrated, like, it's just kind of fun to be that too.
People already comment on my videos that I'm underrated. So, I mean,
that doesn't mean
I
it's
feel good right now. So I feel good being underrated.
I feel like you're overrated.
But that's the thing is that when I was looking at the things for this, looking at what people were saying about underrated and overrated, some people said big celebrities were underrated. I don't think I included any of these, but it's kind of just like, well, okay, this was actually one of them, but I didn't include it. This isn't, I guess, this is a really big celebrity, and I actually understand how you could say they're underrated, because they aren't, like, mainstream. Mm-hmm. Someone said Lana Del Rey's underrated. Which,
I could see that.
But the reason why I can't really see it is because, like, we have this one board game called US this
Us
Celebrity
Weekly.
Gossip. And she's in that board game, and there's only, like, A-listers in that board game. So, like, how can she be underrated if she's an A-lister?
I mean, also, she was literally nominated for Album of the Year. Like, she's critically acclaimed. Like, people love Lana Del Rey, and, like, the critics are dying, you know?
Yeah, but also
at the
I
same
get what you
time,
mean.
It's like, at the same time, I would say she's underrated because I remember when she was in Don't Call Me Angel with Ariana and Miley, I was so excited because I was like, this is first of all, this didn't happen, but I was like, this is going to be a #1 hit. Everyone across the world is going to love this song. I mean, it was a hit, but I thought it was going to be like gigantic.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Lana Del Rey is going to be on the radio. And it made me so happy because I was like, my brother-in-law is going to be driving to the grocery store and Lana Del Rey is going to be booming through the radio. Like
Booming through the system. Oh, that's the
people
sound.
are going to be at Hy-Vee, the Midwest local grocery chain, and Lana Del Rey will be playing as like they shop for cottage cheese, but it didn't happen. But I would say I think she's underrated because I was so excited for her to like have her moment.
So, okay, so you think that's valid, but do you think it would be valid if someone said Selena Gomez is underrated? Most followed person, one of the most followed people on Instagram.
In certain ways. Because you could say she's never been nominated for a Grammy. It's like, why hasn't she gotten the critic love?
Oh, that's true.
You can pretty much make a case for anyone when you get down. You could say Beyonce's underrated because you'd be like, she's so famous, but people just don't talk about her enough. You know what I mean? You could say anyone
That's
is.
true.
You could basically bend it any way you want.
So there's no one that's overrated, except I'd
But
say.
I'm excited to hear the bros' opinions.
I know. I'm excited to get into this.
But
should we have anything to mention before we do this?
Before we get into it, I do have to give a small, educational bit.
I want to hear.
Welcome to Science with Lucas and Jacob. So I watched ASAP Science. I always watch their videos. Their YouTube channel, they've been around forever. They do those dry erase board science videos where
It's so funny. Watch ASAP Science one more time and now you're a scientist.
I know, it's like Science with Lucas and Jacob. Like this, I'm literally just I wrote down notes as I watched the ASAP Science video. So all credit to them. But
was it a new video or old video?
I felt like I had to share it with the bro community because it was titled "Why Penises Are Shrinking," and I feel like you guys need to know that this is a true thing. Penises across the world and probably galaxy are shrinking at rapid paces.
Wait, so
No
does
one
this
knows
mean,
why, except they do, and I'm gonna explain.
Does this mean over your lifetime your penis shrinks?
No.
Or does it mean that everyone's penises are
No.
shrinking from the dawn of time? Penises were 12 inch and now they're 6
What
inch.
it means is that today, these gross guys you're hooking up with, or if you are a guy, your gross penis is so small, and if you would have been alive in the ancient times, you would have had a dong. Like no other. And there's a lot of culprits for why penises are shrinking and why my dicks are small now.
Can you please tell us why?
Yeah. Do you have
I'm
any
so
guesses?
curious.
Do you have
Okay.
any guesses?
So my guesses might be maybe evolution made the penis smaller for a reason. I can't really think of a reason. What my first reason was maybe they found out when these men with big penises were having sex with girls, it was painful. And by they found out, I mean like evolution. Obviously not evolution's a person,
So
but
they
I mean
made it smaller, the universe.
yeah, I mean evolution like found out.
Well,
you know.
it isn't due to evolution because the studies, I'm pretty sure, only go back to the 1970s. And I don't think evolution can go into effect that fast. It's actually from environmental factors.
That's what is funny though about evolution, is that it would be cool if like
If it happened so
yeah,
fast?
if it happened every 30 years, it'd be so fun to have kids and be like, wait, it's so weird that they have like 2 pairs of eyes because because over the last 10 years people realize that they need eyes in the back
Why
of their head.
doesn't I wish evolution did work like that, where like your sisters get pregnant and you're so excited for the baby to come out, not only to meet a new family member, but also to be like, what new thing are they gonna have? You know what I mean?
I know, it would be so exciting.
But no, unfortunately, evolution takes at least like 2 years. Just kidding. I actually don't know. Probably
I'm guessing,
thousands,
like, thousands,
hundreds,
hundreds.
thousands. Anyway, Science with Lucas and Jacob. So let me just do a little bit of a summary again. In the last few decades, sperm counts, testosterone levels, and penis size have dropped a lot. And there's not only have like the size gone down, but also just the behavior of penises has kind of gone bad. Like there's so many people with erectile dysfunction at younger ages. Like it used to be like, oh, once you're past, I don't know, like 55, I'm just guessing, it's, oh, your dick is hard to work. But nowadays, like at young ass ages, people are like, yeah, I can't get a erection.
Now I think I know what it is. Is it diet?
It's a lot. The culprit is plastics, pesticides, and chemicals and products we're using. They're ruining our dicks. For example, just in like fragrance that we put all over our bodies, soaps. Basically, you can't avoid it. Is what I got from the video. I was like, there's nothing we can really do as consumers, but I'll get to the solution at the end. Basically, they said pregnant girls, pregnant chicks,
Goals.
chicks, pregnant chicks.
Okay, but
Who use these products with
Yeah.
these chemicals, their male kids have smaller dicks, lower testosterone, and stuff. And also, so yeah, that basically comes to the point of if you do have a small junk, you can blame your parent. You can blame your mom. Like, thank you for using that Dove body lotion.
Whenever I hear stuff like this, it's like, I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to that market that everyone has in their city. That's like downtown. That like I'm gonna go to that place where like everything's made from their family.
I know
garden.
that's what. But as I watched
I'm
the
not
video,
gonna buy
like,
Dove soap anymore.
I made up the Dove thing. That's all alleged.
Oh, okay.
But when I was watching this video, at first I did think that. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna avoid all this. But then I realized like it's not up to me. You know what I mean? I'll get to the solution at the end.
Okay.
Also BPA. You know whenever you get a water bottle, they say like it's BPA free.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose every 5 years, there's something new that they brand everything on.
Well, thank God Hydro Flasks are BPA free because they're also the sponsor of this podcast. But I'm just kidding. Actually, but BPA is in a lot of stuff, plastics. It's even in receipts. So when you go to Trader Joe's, you're getting your dick smaller by touching that receipt.
But I have noticed that there's like different types of receipts. Like there's the one that's really shiny.
Oh, that
and then
one
there's
probably
one that feels
has BPA.
like paper.
So it's probably the shiny one that has BPA. So anyway, they did a study of dads who worked in factories and were always around this BPA, and their sons.
Dads?
Well, yeah, because they're talking about their kids. Now.
Oh, that made it seem like,
like you had
only dads.
Like anyone over the age was just a dad, even if they don't have a kid.
Yeah.
All right, so dads who were around this BPA, their sons had lower sex drives and stuff. Smoking cigarettes and weed is also a thing that a lot of people do that causes lower sperm count. But sperm count, like, that's different from penis size. But
wait, but if you have a lower sperm count, does that mean you have a lower sex drive?
I don't know. I think it just means like it's gonna be harder for like you to get your wife pregnant.
Oh yeah, because I have heard that like couples like now like they're like now
struggle more.
Yeah, with like getting pregnant. Like
that makes sense because of those lower sperm counts. Apparently, since the 80s, male sperm counts have decreased like over 50%.
Wait, so what's gonna happen?
So there was a 50% more sperm in like the 70s sperm. Can you imagine what the sperm was like back then? Ew, just so many babies floating in it.
You can buy vials of it on eBay.
Oh, hopefully someone froze some of their 60 sperm. If you have any, contact below. I don't want to tell you what I'm going to do with it, but... Are you supposed to laugh?
Oh, no, I actually thought it was funny. I actually did. I just feel like you're always so funny, so I just don't laugh anymore.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah! All right, so anyway, due to modern products and environmental things, studies have found a 1% decrease in male testosterone every year. Every year it decreases another 1%. So that's why Harry Styles is wearing a dress.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding, that isn't why. But corporations like are allowed to experiment with our bodies and just like put this weird anything they want in a product until it does something bad. Where ASAP Science argued like we should regulate these companies where they can't use something until it's proven to not do something bad to us. Like, why do we have to be the guinea pig where, like, you know what I mean?
That's actually allowed?
I guess so. And
That's
they
crazy.
basically is that we need to hold our government accountable and corporations because they're not keeping us safe. Our dicks are shrinking, and it's happening more every year.
So
just wanted to get that out there.
With the whole men having less testosterone, you know?
Yeah.
The like male... hormone.
Yeah.
Would that mean that people back in the 50s or earlier and stuff would gain muscle faster than men
Probably,
now?
because isn't steroids just?
Yeah,
I'm pulling this
sure
out of my ass, but isn't steroids like make your testosterone go up?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like that's how people gain muscle.
So that's why I
fast.
don't have a 6-pack because of the effing companies.
That's crazy. So like I want to know. So what if the war doesn't end from like people doing bombs and stuff? What if it ends because people literally can't have kids anymore? So what if like 100 years from now it keeps like the sperm count keeps decreasing, like women have less eggs?
Oh my
and
God.
Then what if it becomes a thing where like the war ends because it has to end because no one can have any more kids?
Well, maybe that means right now we should all jizz and put it in the freezer because that's going to be worth a lot in 50 years.
It's so funny because someone out there has done that, but I'm pretty sure like it dies after a second. You need to do it like professionally.
But I'm professionally frozen. Can you imagine? This is an investment. I'm going to jizz into a jar.
No,
then in 50 years, I'm going to be able to sell that for so much money. And it'll be on the news like local man becomes a literal billionaire because he whacked off in the 2020s.
That is a good idea.
And I'll be able to go on Ellen.
No, but someone in the world has a deep freeze full of their own jizz because they think that's how you should store it.
That's going to be me.
No, but I'm pretty sure you need to do it professionally if you actually want to divorce.
Oh, yeah. But we need to look into this, guys. We could all make an investment and we'll all pay. Well, I don't know how that would work, but I was basically saying, well, I'll invest. And I don't know where that was going.
So,
but,
could people having smaller penises also, could it somehow correlate or relate to divorce rates rising?
Because no one has a sex drive.
Yeah, because
then their wife is like, oh, you don't even find me desirable. And it's just because their mom put fragrance all over her body when she was pregnant.
Because like sex is probably like 20% out of the 30. I don't know. I'm not like a relationship expert of a relationship. So like, what if that's why people are getting divorced?
Oh, yeah. That might be. But like you said, like, I wouldn't even though like they said in the video, like, oh, if you eat less dairy and meat and all this stuff, it's like, I'm not going to change anything, you know? I'm fine.
I'm changing everything.
I feel fine with my testosterone level and it's fine. I'm just going to leave it up to the government and corporations. Like, they're the ones who we need to fix.
But I do know Scott Disick said he had low testosterone.
Oh, and I'm just the most annoying things which I repressed from the video until now.
What?
Fast food containers apparently contain a bunch of this shit. Not even the food. It's the containers that the plastic food's in. I mean, that the fast food's in. Contain like all these things that, yeah.
Oh, so I guess I have to pick. Am I going to eat a crispy chicken sandwich for dinner tonight and never be able to have an erection again? Or am I going to always have an erection and eat broccoli?
But also, like, imagine the stuff they aren't doing studies on that it's also causing.
Like brain shit.
Yeah, or just like, I don't know.
Your belly button is tighter.
Yeah, or just like dumb shit. Like, we could have had longer eyelashes.
I know.
Like, I'm pissed about that if that's true. But also, like, I feel like aesthetics wise, like the people nowadays look way better than they did in the 70s. So we're doing something right. Like back in the 70s, if someone was 22 and you saw a photo of them, it looks like a current day 40-year-old.
Oh, I just feel, yeah.
Yeah.
On TV shows and shit back then. Let's just be freaking honest. We all shop online. We've all seen that promo code failed, taunt us at the checkout. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online. They range from sites that have tech and gaming products to popular fashion brands and even food delivery.
Just imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites, and when you're at the checkout, the little Honey button drops down, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. You wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons it can find for the site you're on, and if Honey finds a working coupon, all you do is sit back in that little comfy chair and watch the price drop.
So last week or a few weeks ago, I had to get this accessory for my laptop, and guess what? It wasn't $100, but it was like 50 or 70 or something. It went down a few dollars.
Sometimes they save you a little, sometimes they save you a lot. All I know is that their 17 million members together saved over $2 billion. $2 billion.
That's more than I'm worth, guys.
Surprisingly, it is more than we're worth. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free savings. It's literally free, takes a few seconds to install, and by getting it, you're doing yourself a solid and supporting the Bro Show. It's never something you'll regret using. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/LucasJacob. That's joinhoney.com/LucasJacob.
Thank you, Honey. The links are below.
Thanks for sponsoring. Oh my God, should we talk about our vaccination story time?
Oh, yeah.
Me and Jacob got our first dose.
Wow. If you think I'm acting different, it's because I'm joking. I'm joking.
Where
guys.
we live, 18 plus was eligible, so
I'm 17, but I still got it.
so we followed the rules. We got jabbed. We have a lot of stuff to expose. Like weird stuff happened.
So first of all, I checked in.
I know we checked in and they were like, sit on this chair, and I was like, okay.
They put this thing over your head.
So the one cool thing was that they put a Band-Aid that had a target, and then they shoved the thing in. But I remember I was actually paranoid for a little bit after that she didn't jab me, because I was like, bitch, I didn't say, I'm not calling anyone. I'm saying bitch like to myself, not to anyone. But I was saying like boo boo, like I didn't feel anything, but my arm is sore, so I definitely got injected. It happened yesterday.
Wait, did I say this on a previous podcast? I'm getting deja vu. Because we know in one of your videos how you talked about how there's certain people that have a nussy, like when they get something stuck on your head. I don't know if this was not in the podcast or I said it in real life as a joke.
Yeah.
Even though this is real life, this isn't like a thing. but what if people like love getting injected? And like this could be bad because like drug use, but like what if people think it's so satisfying, like getting penetration through a needle? Like this is so.
You could go to acupuncture.
Oh, people have so many claims about acupuncture.
Yeah, that's something I want to try.
Oh yeah, but basically, I got the shot and I
felt great.
Yeah, I feel normal. I'm living my life.
I was actually expecting to like convince myself for the next days after the vaccine that I'd be like, I'm so tired or whatever, but that hasn't happened.
Oh yeah, but we got the one that's 2 doses.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, so if you're eligible, sign yourself up.
Anything else that's notable from the experience?
Basically it was so smooth and I really liked it because the girl behind the pharmacy desk had purple hair, which I liked.
She was so nice. Everyone at this place is so nice.
They were so nice. And like the girl who gave us the injection, you see, like she was like so pretty. Not that matters, but
oh yeah, she was.
Which made me feel better, you know?
Oh yeah, I wasn't nervous about the vaccine, but I just was, you know, it's like. Yeah, like
what I hated was you had to sit there for 15 minutes after, and like I remember even when I got the flu shot like 4 years ago, I hadn't gotten the flu shot in so many years. Where they said, "Okay, well, since you haven't gotten it in a while, you're gonna have to stay here for 15 minutes." And I hate that because
you think you're gonna. Like,
I was just like, I'm gonna be the one who's gonna have. I don't know what they're waiting. I didn't even read the sheet of like things to look out for because I was scared that I would convince myself it was happening.
I didn't either.
But yeah, the 15 minutes went by and I felt great. And then I went to the bathroom, took a piss, and we got sushi to celebrate.
You also get free Krispy Kreme if you get the vaccination.
Yes.
I haven't used it yet, but
I wonder if Krispy Kreme's gonna back out of that.
But okay, so like on this article, it said they're gonna do it till the end of this year, under 2021. So I feel like they're gonna keep it in.
That's true. The donuts. Didn't you say they throw them so many away anyway?
I've seen so many TikToks of videos of these dumpsters at Krispy Kreme filled with donuts. And then, what do you think the solution to that is, by the way? Because people, all the comments were saying, feed these to homeless people.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't they have, like, organized it with, like, a local...
Do you think there's a reason that all these restaurants and stuff don't give it to homeless shelters? Like, do you think there's like, they don't want to make people sick because it's overdue or something? Like, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, this is so much wasted food. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But maybe there's, like, a reason or something.
Well, speaking of under and overrated things... Let's get into the topic. Vaccines are underrated. Yeah.
Okay, this is the first one. This chicken sandwich war. So they're basically saying this chicken sandwich war is overrated. These restaurants literally pulling their sandwiches just to add special sauce and pickles and rebrand it as crispy. I have to admit, I 100% admit go with this. This whole thing is overrated. McDonald's has always had crispy chicken sandwiches. I remember getting it when I was like 10 years old. But then they just rebrand it and added pickles, like they said.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go against the grain and say it's underrated. I'm not gonna say it's underrated, but I'm gonna disagree with it being overrated just because I love it. Please keep the chicken sandwich wars going. Keep the battle ensuing. Because I want people to... Because you know what I mean? If there wasn't a chicken sandwich war, all these bitches have their little mediocre chicken sandwich. But now that there's this competition, they have to up their game. McDonald's had a crispy sandwich, but take it back to the factory and make it better because it's not good enough for 2021. And then it's all a big fight, and we're gonna discover the best chicken sandwich. I don't think we have yet, but like someone's gonna come along with it.
How did this even happen? Because this is one of my claims of my life where like I do feel like I'm special.
Oh, okay.
Because even when I was 10, as I said before, I remember like most of the bitches in our families would get like Big Macs and stuff. I remember always getting the chicken sandwich because I loved the taste.
Healthy queen.
No, I just liked it. But that's why I do feel like I might have been ahead of my time a little bit.
Oh yeah, like you wish the chicken sandwich war was happening back then.
Yeah.
Wait, you wouldn't get hamburgers and McDonald's, you get a chicken
No,
sandwich?
I would sometimes, but I was like one of those bitches that most of the time would.
Health girl, I love it.
But it was fucking fried. So.
Another thing I love about these fast food chicken sandwiches is how they call it crispy, and it tricks us because I obviously knew in the back of my mind, but we watched this documentary about fast food, and they said, oh yeah, they call it crispy sandwiches so you don't have to realize it's deep fat fried. But then I realized, like,
I was blown.
Oh my god, I thought they were healthy kind of. I'm not even kidding. My dumbass thought like eating a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich was kind of healthy, but it's literally deep fat fried.
Yeah, because if they got a fried chicken sandwich, that's so different.
Yeah,
astronomically different.
Crispy. Yeah,
it just makes it sound, oh, you're doing something.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is not bad for you.
I just can't believe that, to be honest.
Okay, should I read the next one?
Yeah.
Broccoli is definitely underrated. That shit is so good with everything. Okay. I like broccoli, I do. But
I honestly don't agree. It's not underrated or overrated. I just
but I respect your opinion.
I do have to say I'm not one of those bitches that's like, oh, I hate broccoli. If you had vegetables to anything, that's disgusting. I'd eat it. I had it last night, but it's not something that I like desire.
Yeah, it's almost like for me it has no taste, but I like eating it because I'm like, oh, this is so good for me. So like if I'm making a stir fry, like of course I'm gonna throw in some mixed veggies, broccoli and stuff. Or even sometimes when I make pasta, I have like broccoli in it because I'm like, no, it adds health benefits. But like to be honest, like has like no taste, right? Oh,
yeah,
but dipping broccoli in ranch though, that is good.
Oh yeah, that's
or like covering it in cheese too. Next up,
cheese. Oh, Arby's is underrated.
This is true. I'll 100%. I don't know if I personally love Arby's, but I do think it is underrated. No one talks about it. No one gives it the love it deserves. It's like, why is it never mentioned?
Yeah, part of me thinks that with this stuff it is underrated, but I'd like to see the income of Arby's versus Wendy's. Like I want to see if it's that different. Like, do you think it being underrated actually affects the business?
Like, I think they just know where they stand. Like, I think they know, like, we're never going to be the hot girl on the street who all these people on TikTok are raving about, oh, Arby's. It's like, we're just there and people aren't that excited, but people do come to us still.
I do remember seeing this Arby's that was busy. Like, the line was wrapped around, and I was like, I've never seen this before.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that in our town.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
And it's just only this one location. Yeah. Like, people in that neighborhood, like, they stan Arby's.
And, like, for some reason, I was always grossed out by that Arby's, but...
People love it. Like, people like that... People in that neighborhood, like, one of their main personality traits is, like, we love Arby's.
I know. I love when people do that.
I know. Like, the whole neighborhood bands together and are like, we love this.
I was on a walk in that neighborhood, and, like, they have signs, like, Arby's Tuesday.
I don't even, like
get away.
During the presidential election, they kept saying, like, Arby's for president, but it's like, can we actually be serious for once? Like,
I know
Arby's isn't going to be president.
There's actual issues.
I know. It's like, please, like, don't write Arby's on the ballot, you know?
But I guess in that neighborhood, most of the people did.
Yeah, it came out on the news. But, next up, selfishness is underrated. I seriously don't think it's a bad trait at all. Sorry that I prioritize myself over everyone else. Why should I be ashamed of that? Okay.
They for sure talk like that when they told
independent ass just on their own. F everyone else, you know?
Yeah, so okay, so the word selfish has a bad connotation with it, but you could change this to caring about
just self-love.
Oh, or you could do like putting that's actually another bad way of putting it. What I was about to say, putting yourself before others. Because in my mind it sounded good, but like no, like I think it's fine to be like selfish. Some people might say selfish, but like,
yeah, I think definitely like if you're always living for other people, then obviously that isn't good. But I feel like there's just a good balance to it all, you know?
Oh yeah, so the way that I'm pitching it is like if you wanna do something someday and like someone doesn't want to do it, like just do it still.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean,
but also like when you don't always get to pick the food place, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like if you're selfish in that regard, like please just like reevaluate because like other people deserve to get their food choices too.
I feel like what Lucas said, like there's like a middle ground.
Yeah, but when it comes to like important stuff like career and stuff, like oh yeah, be selfish. Like don't do, I don't know.
Oh yeah, like don't just do it because like your whole family wants you to.
Oh yeah, or don't not do something because you're like, oh my aunt will be mad. It's like who gives a shit about what she thinks? Do it.
I know, just yeah, and in that regard, I do actually agree with it.
Okay. Oh, this next one's kind of scary.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about in the beginning. Ariana Grande is painfully overrated.
She did unfollow me on Instagram, so I agree. I'm kidding. I think it's a compliment for Ariana Grande. If she heard that she was overrated, she should be happy because it means, like I said earlier, it means that she's to the point where she's so oversaturated. Everyone on the globe knows her. She's now overrated, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I like if I had to pick what I think about it, I don't agree, but like
yeah.
But I obviously like if you don't like her music and like she's everywhere, then like I guess to you she is overrated.
Yeah, I don't think she's overrated though personally because I think that obviously she's like so talented.
But okay, I don't think Ariana Grande has got to the point where she's overrated. The point where I would find it overrated, she goes to the Grammys, wins every award, and like everyone always says, "Oh, Ariana Grande is the best person ever," but I feel like she hasn't. Like I just feel like she isn't overrated.
Yeah, but even people who are fit that description, like Adele, for example, like I wouldn't think anyone would call her overrated. Like she's one of those people who like I think universally like no one would think she's overrated, right?
Yeah, I actually don't think most people would either.
Yeah, or if you do, like please don't subscribe. I'm just kidding. Whoa, this one's mean. Your mom?
What do they mean?
They didn't even say underrated or overrated. I forgot about these types of jokes. Like people would always say your mom. Do you remember? Were you alive for that?
People literally did that when I was in high school. Like you
like,
just
what
say
would
something.
You say?
Like so you'd be saying like, oh you would like so like I remember this was what someone would say to me in high school. Like I'd say like, oh yeah, it's like this Saturday like gonna be doing anything, and then they'd be saying hanging out with your mom.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
I'd say
that was the whole joke.
Are you gonna say like, did you do anything this past weekend? Your mom. It's like, you did her? Oh my god.
But no one ever said your dad.
It's also like go my mom then. Not if like obviously not if it's like doing high schoolers, but if like someone adult says that, you know what I mean? It's like if your mom's single, it's like you shouldn't even be offended. Our mom isn't single, so I'm not talking about our mom, but like.
But if this person thinks our mom is underrated, then go off. Like I don't know if.
Yeah, our mom is universally underrated.
But if you think she's overrated, then I don't agree.
Oh yeah, we're deleting you from the bro show community. The real one after that, prom/high school is overrated. So is drinking, smoking, and doing drugs.
Oh. This one's probably for like everyone listening. I feel like it's like a 50-50 split.
Well, first of all, just do prom/high school. For me personally, I do think those are overrated.
Yeah, like okay, so like this is another yeah. I just do no like so if you're in high school and you're like I don't really want to go to prom, and then you're like parents are like, oh, you might as well go because it's the one experience. Then like it's like, oh yeah, you might as well go.
Yeah.
But like I do think they're overrated. Like
yeah,
I feel like these movies and stuff, like from all these movies that I watched before I was in high school, like it seems so iconic and like
yeah.
But you know, like high school was cool, but I just don't think it's I just think it's overrated.
Yeah, prom is definitely way cooler in the movies. But I feel like there are people out there who have like the magical prom though. But it's just like it was never a priority of mine to be like, oh, I'm gonna make prom night like the best night ever. For me, it was just like, oh, I wish we could be like doing perp, you know?
Yeah, lean. Nice.
High school in general, yeah. Even I've always thought that like, people always like, because you know, back in the day, people used to say high school is the best years of your life. It's like that is so depressing. Like if you peak at 18, it's like what is the rest? Of
I feel like with that saying, people used to say that.
I know.
I feel like it's fading out. Like high school is the best year of your life because I haven't heard people say that recently.
Because you can just, I'd rather have the mindset of like you're always having the best years of your life. Even when like you're 70, you might as well, even if you're like 80, it's like you might as well make these years fun. It's not like, oh, it's over. It's like always be, you know?
Oh yeah, the way that I look at it is that like I feel like as funny as it sounds, like it's never like over. So like, so if you're like 45 and you're thinking like, yeah, like I just, like my youth is actually gone now. That doesn't mean shit.
Oh yeah, it's never really over, like Katy Perry said.
Oh yeah,
and her underrated song. Okay, never.
I'm
gonna speak when if any come to you as well. Say them like it just throughout as we talk. Like never really over by Katy Perry is severely underrated. That's a classic Katy Perry anthemic bop,
and it's actually so good. Like I actually love it.
Yeah,
like,
it's on the same level as like Teenage Dream and like these iconic songs of hers. But for some, it just is underrated in like the general public. I feel like like it didn't make the splash that Teenage Dream made, even though it was just as good. So please listen to it.
So now the drinking, smoking, and doing drugs.
Oh yeah, so that was the second part of theirs. Drinking, smoking, doing drugs is overrated. I mean,
the way that I'm gonna say it is in these movies, it's so overrated.
Yeah, for sure. Like in the movies where they're
okay. Like doing first of all, I need to preface it. Like I haven't ever done like actual drugs, but what I mean is like I just know it's so overrated.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that basically like.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, drinking is bad, but you know what I mean? It's like like making it this gigantic things like the movies make it obviously isn't, you know.
Oh yeah, like you could smoke marijuana and have fun with it.
Yeah.
But with these, the reason why I'm saying it might be overrated is because you won't like smoke marijuana and then you'd be like, my life has changed. Like, oh my gosh, like bitch, I'm like high.
Oh yeah, even like how you know how music makes drugs sound.
Oh,
where it's like Miley being like doing Molly or like any of the rap songs being like doing drugs or whatever. Like they make it seem so fun, but I bet if you're actually doing it, like it isn't like that.
Yeah, it just is this persona.
Yeah, for sure. Next up.
Oh my gosh, the podcast is underrated, and this was a real one. What isn't made up. There was like a few of these, and like
I would agree. I mean, obviously we should be at like Joe Rogan status. Like where was our 200 million for Spotify buying our podcast? You know.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the podcast is underrated.
Yeah,
we deserve way more.
You know what I would say?
What?
The podcast isn't underrated. The listeners are.
Oh.
You guys are the real underrated ones, you know?
Or maybe like what is different? Like all of us. I'm like, I hate that vibe.
Wait. I don't know if they're talking about the video game or the song. They're saying Just Dance is underrated. Is it the video game? I hope it's the video game.
No, okay, so this was a tweet, because I copy and pasted all these. I don't know what they mean. Okay,
are they really just like a stan of the Wii? The Wii game, Just Dance. And they're like, this is underrated. Like, why does anyone talk about Just Dance?
They're for sure talking about Just Dance, the
Lady Gaga song?
Video game. Because they aren't talking about the Lady Gaga song. That hit like number one.
Oh,
right?
That song launched her whole career. It can't be underrated.
They're talking about the game, I feel like. Just Dance.
I mean, go you, bro listener, for loving the Wii game that much. I really don't have an opinion.
I did find it fun when it was popping off. If I played it now, I'd still have fun, but I don't think it's underrated.
I do gotta say, like, at the beginning of quarantine, though, I have a Nintendo Switch. I got Just Dance. I brought it to the house expecting it to be the best thing ever. No one really got into it except for, like, me and, like, my niece. Like, no one wanted to play. They had all the new hits. Nobody wanted to dance. So, in our family, it's actually overrated.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Now, this person said... You know what's underrated? I like how they're posing a question.
Oh, yeah.
My OnlyFans. Subscribe today.
Oh, damn. Okay, we don't have the link, but you can go to the tweet maybe and look under.
Yeah, she had like a few likes on her tweet. Like,
oh my God. Subscribe and see if it really is underrated. You be the judge.
I know, I haven't looked, so I can't really say anything.
Go her. Like, she's like, you know what? My nudes are underrated.
I mean,
I'm just assuming she does nudes. You could do anything on OnlyFans.
Oh, you could
Maybe she literally just knits.
I know, you could do... That's a showcase about OnlyFans. Like, I could announce I have an OnlyFans. These bitches subscribe because they want to see my ass because so many people do. But then when they join, it just is me making a lasagna.
Oh, yeah.
I'm joking. I don't think that.
But check out her OnlyFans. She's the sponsor of today's podcast. Hopefully there's nothing like really offensive on our OnlyFans and we're promoting
Oh, yeah, I don't know, guys.
it. Q-tips are overrated. I use them every day. So I would say
I
you're
do like
wrong.
the orgasm it gives you.
Yeah, I know you're not supposed to. I've heard you're not supposed to put Q-tips in your ears, but I do it every day. I also, life hack.
I know what you're going to say.
I put Q-tips up my nose too after I shower. So I shower, do my sunscreen, my lotion, my Aquaphor lip balm, and then I do Q-tip to both ears and then a Q-tip to each nostril. Just get any stuff that's hanging out in there out. And then the whole day, never have to worry if you have a booger floating.
And then you could also put a Q-tip in your belly button. I don't do that.
Oh yeah, just for fun. I
Gotta
never
clean
clean
it
my
out.
belly button. Do you?
I do now.
I never do. Mine doesn't smell.
But who knows? I might stop because
I think mine's naturally cleaning.
because I don't want to promote erectile dysfunction. So
Are the Q-tips giving me erectile dysfunction?
I know.
I am done. But I wonder why this person thinks Q-tips are overrated. Like, do they have a different method? Do they just not think?
I know why, because they're the people that bought that as seen on TV product. Like the one that cleans your ears. They own that.
Oh.
Like,
my
I
God,
never
I
bought
want
it.
to do the candle thing.
Oh, the candle thing?
Where you put a candle in your ear and it melts wax and then you rip it out and it like rips out your eardrum or something. But it really feels good.
Do you do that by yourself or do you go to like a professional?
I think you do it by yourself because everyone did it on YouTube back in the day. It was a trend.
Oh. That kind of scares me. This person said, please don't hate me, but TikTok is overrated. And they actually clarified it. They mean the app TikTok. TikTok, not the song TikTok by Kesha. The hit.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna say it's not overrated.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I go through waves with TikTok. The past like 2 weeks, I've been on it probably like 4 times for like 10 minutes each. But there's like phases where I go on it for like an hour a day because I'm just obsessed. But I don't think it's overrated though. It's like fun and cute.
I think the main thing about it, like the idea of just like short form videos, like obviously they didn't create that, but the algorithm I feel like is what makes it. It can't be overrated because the algorithm is so good.
Yeah, and it is weird because like TikTok knows what I find funny, and I also like TikTok because people do like humor that like necessarily like some people would find offensive, and like what I mean by that, like humor about like no, like it isn't like bad humor. I just mean like humor about making fun of like certain things that like people who hate gay people making fun of that thing, but they do it in like a way where it's kind of like, oh, I feel like some people would find this offensive.
Oh, they make fun of homophobes?
But kind of like yeah, just stuff like that. And
oh yeah, I definitely think I don't think it's overrated, but I could see why it is because it's like the biggest thing in the world, so it definitely probably is overrated. You know?
yeah.
Next up, relationships are overrated. You put in so much time and energy, and 99% fail at some point, possibly leaving you depressed for months or years after. Holy shit.
So, okay, the way that I'm going to look at this question is friendships, everything. I'm going to look at everywhere, not just like marriage relationships.
I guess you could look at it that way where you're like, pretty much anyone who you're friends with, like you most likely won't be your whole life unless you're just friends with everyone forever, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
But
at the same time, it's like, don't be sad it ended. Be happy because it happened. Is that what it is? I feel
The
like
way
it's a
that you could
better
look
way
at
of
it is
saying
just like for that time it made me happy.
Oh yeah, and it's like, yes, I've been depressed for 7 years after, but it was worth the 2-month relationship. So
No, in that scenario, it probably is overrated. Underrated. Insects. They are so important to the environment, even some of the scary looking ones. There should be more education about insects in school so people are less afraid of them. I actually agree with you. Like, don't people also say, like people always say, I hate this bug, but then if you look it up, the bug like saves the environment.
It needs to be here, apparently. I don't believe it. Kill
Yeah.
them all.
I do agree they're underrated.
I feel like we should kill all insects. But then again, it's not my fault I think that. Like she said, why isn't there more formal education about insects and why they're so beneficial to the world? If I would have known that, maybe I wouldn't have grown up hating insects. But basically my whole life, it's always been about how do we get rid of the insects? Put mosquito spray on. Let's spray repellent.
I know. Let's put all this spray in our basement so all these spiders die.
When really it's like, unless we're talking about like termites or cockroaches, I'm pretty sure those like really fuck up your house. But for all these other bugs, it's like, why don't we just make it a thing where like, let them in your house? Why does it matter?
Yeah, even
but also
with,
like, I don't want them in my house.
Even with like a big, like, okay, what if a load of...
A load?
No, a band, like a group of coyotes come to your house. Like, let them live.
It's like, they might kill your dog.
I mean, hide your dog. Put it in your bedroom.
Hide your dog, hide your cats.
Oh.
They're killing everyone in here.
Oh, I think, no, actually I was going to say that, but I don't even agree. I was going to say that person's overrated.
The Bed Intruder song,
I think
man.
it's underrated.
He became straight, I'm pretty sure.
No, okay, I watched a video on it about BuzzFeed. So he blew up, you know.
Yeah, Bed Intruder song, man.
I mean, like, he
didn't intrude the bedrooms, but he was singing about it.
So he moved to LA, I guess.
Oh,
which
Hollywood.
I was surprised by. For some reason, I just didn't think that happened. Like, he wouldn't move to LA. But he moved to LA, and then he said that he got, like, an agent and manager, and he was on red carpets. And it just...
So, fame.
Yeah, and he said during this time, he thought he was gay, but then he said that it just made him depressed. This is just like a little Spark Notes version. It made him depressed, then he moved back to where he's from, and now he's a bus driver and he's married. And he just said, he like didn't. I mean, he kind of just made it seem like, oh, like I'm straight, but I guess during that part of my life I was gay.
Oh yeah, which like if that is truly how he feels, like that's like valid, you know?
Oh, yeah, like, you could look at it in a negative light, but I just think, oh, that's just his life.
Yeah, it's like, maybe, I'm sure there are people who are just, like, more fluid, and they do go through stages where they're, like, more leaning towards gay, and then sometimes they're leaning more towards just hetero, you know?
Yeah, just like Nikki.
And as long
I used
as
to be bi, but now I'm just hetero.
I don't know, Nikki literally said it in the Say So remix.
But when she's 60, she might want some punani.
I used to be bi, but now I'm just hetero. That's literally him. She wrote that after Antoine Dotson.
That's his name?
I'm pretty sure. Hopefully it's not like someone else. Let me Google it. Just in case like, I have it completely wrong.
But yeah.
Antoine Dotson. Yep, that's him. Celebrity singer and actor.
And I'm pretty sure his song is platinum. I remember him saying that.
Oh, hell yes. Hopefully he's making that money. Next up. In-N-Out is so overrated. I don't know what people see in it. The fries are so gross, and it's a mediocre burger. Whataburger is where it's at.
I've never had Whataburger, so this is fucking annoying.
I've never had Whataburger either, but even if I did have Whataburger, like, if I have one good burger, it doesn't ruin the other burger, and I know In-N-Out is so good. Like, come on. The cheese animal fries?
And I actually like In-N-Out. It isn't because it's only in certain states, so, like, it feels like, oh, it's, like, special.
Yeah.
I actually it's so good. The thing that I like about it is that you get the burger animal style. The animal fries I like, and okay, when you go to McDonald's, you can get cheese fries, but I like how, like, they make it so messy. I like that about them.
Oh, yeah.
It's not clean, it's messy, and, like, it's good. And
also,
I like how
they pay their workers really well.
Oh, yeah, isn't it, like, $15 an hour?
I don't know, something. Apparently, like, you can become a manager, like, you work your way up and stuff. And, yeah, it's really good.
And you see them cutting the fries. I do have to admit, like... their fries aren't even that good, but I do like them. Like,
but the animal fries are the main thing I think of when I think of In-N-Out. Like, the burger, I could see how people could say it's mediocre because, like, it's good, but, like, I like all burgers. It's not like I'm like, In-N-Out's the best burger ever. It's like, oh, it's just a burger, you know?
Yeah.
But the In-N-Out, the animal fries. But you like the burger better then?
Oh, I'd say equally. But
also, their burgers kind of seem healthy.
I don't like.
Don't their burgers kind of seem healthy?
Why?
It's just like, I feel like an In-N-Out burger is like kind of healthy. I don't know why, but it's just like my vibe I get when I eat it.
Well, it is healthy because they cut a whole like slice of onion.
Also, it just is like so healthy, you know?
No.
But then again, like I want to try Whataburger, so.
Is it overrated? I am going to say In-N-Out's overrated because it's talked about all the time.
Yeah, and the line is way too long. Any location you go to, which is really annoying.
Reality TV is overrated. It's just annoying.
TBH is what they say.
To be honest.
Obviously hard to disagree. I enjoy reality TV. If there was only scripted television, that would suck.
I do have to admit, this actually happened this week. I was watching Real Housewives.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which franchise, but I was watching Real Housewives, and for some reason, I don't know if I was just in like a weird vibe that day, but I was 30 minutes in and I was like, wait, why am I watching this negativity? Because this episode was so negative.
Oh, yeah.
So no, I like Real Housewives. I honestly think I like there's gonna be certain franchises I'll always watch, but there is sometimes why I just don't want to watch it because it's just like I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah, it's
today.
all just there's never like for Real Housewives at least, it's never about like, oh, happy. It's always about like drama, taking each other down, but like that's fun. Even if you watch a scripted show like Breaking Bad, it's all about like meth.
Or
And,
like people breaking up and getting
Yeah, but I guess the
heartbroken.
difference between reality TV is like these people are real and like they're actually ruining real lives.
Oh yeah, because like sometimes when I was watching the episode, I was like, it's so weird that like these people are actually doing this, like being so mean to each other.
But yeah, no, I think I would never like like if you only watch like Real Housewives type shows, like you would be annoyed. You know what I mean? You need to take a break.
Oh yeah,
And you can't just watch that because like otherwise you will be like, this sucks.
you need to switch it up. I mean,
Also, like even 90 Day Fiance, when I was watching it this week, I was like, do I want to keep watching this? Because it is just like so depressing.
Oh yeah, because like it's fun, but then I just don't like it gets to a certain point where it's like, oh, I just would rather like live my own life, and then like that's yeah.
You actually had to stop watching 90 Day Fiance because you say like it's just so depressing.
No, there was a moment with this one relationship where I actually stopped watching because of that. Well, they were gonna have a wedding. These families were fighting, and I had to stop watching because they were fighting so big. Like there's a big fight, and the reason why I stopped watching because it just made me think like, oh, like I just rather like not think about this happening because then it makes me think like, these people are this angry. Like I don't want to be around angry people, but thankfully like I'm not involved in it. But it just was like, I just don't like how people get this angry so easily.
Also, the thing that annoys me about 90 Day Fiance is you watch these relationships and some of them are like horrible, so toxic, and you're just like, break up. Like, why are you still together?
No, even with Real Housewives, I wonder that.
And then you look on their Instagram and they're still together to this day, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it.
That's another reason why sometimes I do think like I need to take a break from these reality shows because not even with 90 Day Fiance, Real Housewives, other shows, reality shows, sometimes I think like you guys have the worst relationship. Like I get you guys are married, but it's like, why are you guys putting yourself through this?
Especially when there isn't a kid involved. It's like divorce.
I know.
There's not even a kid involved, you know?
Yeah, and then sometimes they have a kid and it's like, I'm
no.
biting my lip because of this situation.
But also at the same time, sometimes it's fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, I feel like journaling is very underrated. It's so calming and cool. I really strongly agree. Journaling is great. I go in and out of periods of journaling, but when I do, I always feel like I feel just like better.
Yeah, I love journaling. Like whenever I do journal, and when I do journal, I journal like a lot. And then I'm like, oh, that was so much fun. But it is this annoying thing where like I feel like if I was gonna journal every day, I'd have to remind myself. But I feel like I'm the type of person right now where if I get an urge to journal, I'll journal.
Yeah, I don't want to make it. I have gone through stages where I make it like part of my routine and like I have to do it every day. But then it becomes a chore where I enjoy like doing it a couple times a week when like I enjoy doing it. Not like forcing myself to do it every day.
Plus, I also like journaling because like it's just like fun like that. You can read it later.
Yeah, then you can just like read. Yeah, you could read it later. You can like write about good experiences. So like they just like, I don't know, it's just better. And then also like if you're having any problems, you can write about it. And then like it always makes you feel better. It's like it's so weird.
I also think journaling promotes so much growth because you might realize something about yourself and like you might like, I don't know, like change something negative about yourself. And like I feel like it just makes you grow as a person a lot.
Yeah, it's basically just like therapy. It's like having a friend, but like they never talk back. It's like you just gotta write out all your feelings, describe everything, and the journal just listens.
Yeah.
And they literally talk back.
So underrated or overrated? I would say underrated. Yeah.
Yeah, there's even studies that back up this shit.
Okay, streaming sites are overrated. People just binge watch shows and then forget about them and move on to the next show. There's also way too many shows being made, so everyone is watching different things. This has been... I've thought about this so many times. We've talked about it so many
kind
times.
of. But there's not really any solution because people always want all these new shows to watch, but it does kind of suck.
Because there's been countless times. I'm not even going to say streaming services, YouTube, because YouTube isn't a streaming service, but, this is why it's kind of like, even though it sounds annoying, it's like, oh, it would be kind of cool if there was just one TV. Like, you had to pick a channel. But it's this annoying thing where there's been countless times where I'm scrolling through a streaming service, and it takes longer finding a show than actually watching the show.
Decision fatigue.
And it's like, this is so dumb, but I also like there's so much content, which is cool. There's a different show for everyone.
Also, it does kind of suck that like the world, and probably obviously it wasn't the world, but like the world will never watch something together again. Like back when like High School Musical 2 came out, and like it felt like the whole world that night was watching it. That like would never happen again because it doesn't come out at set times, you know?
But
then again, there's so many pros to it as well. Like all these different shows and like different stories being told that wouldn't if there was only one channel.
And it is so crazy because sometimes people mention a show, and I go on Netflix, it's like trending #1, but I've literally never heard of it, and I don't know what it's about.
That is weird how many shows there are. Like, do you think there's like these, I'm sure there are these amazing ass shows that just like no one talks about, and they're just in like the depths of Netflix and haven't been discovered yet?
Oh, for sure.
That's so weird.
But overrated, I mean, that's kind of hard. I don't know.
Yeah. But next up. Tofu is underrated. It literally takes the flavor of whatever you put it in. What's not to like? Okay.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, Jacob's a tofu eater.
I haven't ate it recently, but I also have this thing where it's like, so I'm not like 100% vegan or anything. I'm not even really vegan. I'm not vegan. But like it is this thing where I'm kind of just like, if you cook chicken plain with no seasonings, it tastes like nothing. And if you took tofu plain,
the same.
Yeah, so basically it's this thing where like if you add chicken seasoning to tofu, it's gonna taste like chicken. If you add beef seasoning, it's gonna taste like beef. And then like if you eat beef plain with no seasoning, it tastes like shit. If you add beef seasoning to beef, then it tastes good. So it's like this weird thing where it's like everything's a lie.
I have seen videos from like Andrew Lowe and Emma Chamberlain where they like marinate tofu for a day in this really good homemade sauces, and I've wanted to try it, but I never have.
Oh yeah, if you like put it in the oven and stuff, it's good.
But do you marinate yours?
I haven't done that recently, but I have done it before.
Or do you season it?
Well, like I bought these pre-made ones from Trader Joe's.
Oh, they already are pre-marinated?
Yeah, like teriyaki and sriracha flavored.
Good.
It's yummy. So I do agree with you in that one. Award shows are overrated. These days, it's not even about the talent or production. It's just about popularity. My opinion is, I don't know if they're overrated, but my opinion is, when you actually get down to it, it doesn't mean anything because, like, this sounds so annoying, but with, like, any type of videos, paintings, songs, it's all just, like, people making shit up. No one gets to decide.
Oh, yeah, and it's like, wait, so these random-ass people who do the Grammys, I mean, they're not random-ass.
Oh, yeah, like, they're obviously, like, notable.
They're probably very, like, experienced in music, but...
It's like people like us picking.
But these random-ass people at the Grammys, they decide what the best album is. It's just so dumb when you really get down to it. Yeah. Like, aren't they all probably just trying to impress each other by saying, like, oh, this... That's what I used to think about movies, too. Like, when I first moved to LA and, like, had like a group of like actor friends, and they talk about movies in this way that was just so annoying, being like, oh yeah, I loved this movie because blah blah blah. But it's just like, and then like I feel like people just like certain movies and want to impress other people who like those certain types of movies.
Oh,
so
yeah,
becomes that's what I feel like the Grammys and Oscars is.
Oh, yeah, because the way that I look at it, like this is the way that I'm like, putting into YouTube terms. So like, okay, so like. If there was this like, so like there is the streaming awards, but like what I'm picturing is like there's like this big award show about YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like really like, it just is like, we're going to pick the best content, like artistic. You know these people, it's like, I mean like, I guess I'm not like against it, but like I feel like they would like never pick the YouTubers that have 1 million views a video. They would pick these YouTubers that have like 50,000 a video or something, which like is, but like I wouldn't be mad at it, but it's kind of just a thing where it's like, it's all just fake. And like, even though the people that get 50,000 views of YouTube videos, like the videos are probably so good and stuff, but it's this thing where it's like, at the end of the day, it means nothing. But at the same time, if I won a Grammy, I would be excited.
Oh, yeah. And then I'd be like, I'd delete this podcast for sure and be like, oh my God, I love the Academy. I love the Grammys.
I was so excited.
Everything they say is real, and I'm the best artist this year. You know what I mean?
I was so excited when I found out that I could win a Grammy, because I thought you could only win a Grammy if you're a singer. But I didn't know I learned this like 5 years ago, and I was so excited. I didn't know you could win a Grammy for Best Comedy Album. And it
like stand-up album?
Just your stand-up on a CD or whatever.
That is funny. I wonder why that is part of Grammys.
I know. So like, I was so excited when I found that out.
So this is a quick one. vibey is overrated. Or maybe just people saying vibes. Is that what they mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they mean.
I kind of love it though. Like, I don't think it's overrated because I just love. They say underrated or overrated.
They
shit.
said overrated.
I just love people saying vibes because like it is a thing. Just like
I'm
vibes.
gonna say it is overrated. It
But like
is
vibes
overrated.
are so real though.
It is real, but it is overrated.
Yeah. But I do love it. Like, I love that even like our dad probably says the vibes are off, even though he doesn't, but like he might.
I feel like he probably has.
He might. Also, somebody said getting rid of acne is overrated.
This is an interesting one.
Woke. They don't care that they have those bumps on their face. Who gives a shit, Neutrogena? Trying to make me feel insecure?
Oh, yeah, because, okay, this one I do get what they mean by overrated. Because when you're like, when you do have acne, it seems like everyone's mentioning this is my skincare routine. There's always an ad about Proactive.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna say it's overrated. Like, I don't want to have acne.
I love skincare, though. Like, I love skincare.
Oh, yeah, like, I like skincare, too, and, like, I don't want to have acne, but, like, it is annoying how everything's about skin.
But
like,
also,
everything's about being.
I think a lot of it when you're like a preteen, especially, creates acne. Because like if you irritate your skin, like you get acne, or you just get irritation, which can look like acne. I'm like a dermatologist, by the way. So when I was like 12, I wanted to be like my older sisters, and they washed their face. So I started washing my face. Next thing you know, my face was so irritated and acne.
I 100%
kept
agree.
over irritating it for years, and I'm like, finally, when I don't use. I mean, I still use stuff, but if I overuse anything, even in the past 2 years, like if I overuse an acne product, my skin gets horrible, which I just realized for my skin, like that stuff almost creates acne, where it's like I have to just use it sparingly and like really listen to my skin.
Yeah, so like FYI, I'm not a dermatologist either, but like I did the same thing.
I pretty much am though.
Well, I'd use like these cotton pads from Reddit and stuff and YouTube.
I know, like I've watched enough Dr. Dre videos where like I'm pretty much a dermatologist. So if you have any questions, tweet me.
Oh yeah, whenever I get a product, I usually watch a video. It's just a video about everything. but okay, so I use like these pads where they literally burn your effing skin. You know those pads?
Oh, Stridex? Or is it?
I'm pretty sure, and it comes in this little thing, and I remember using it. I didn't have acne, but it was kind of the same thing as you, like, my older sisters used it. Well, our older sisters, but your younger sisters. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so cool. I like doing something at night. But my advice would be, so again, I don't want to have this, but my advice would be is doing, if you are 12 years old and you want a skincare routine, I'm going to say do simple ass shit. For example, Cetaphil or like Vanity Cream Cleanser, and then just lotion.
Yeah, and
you don't need
if you haven't been washing your face in the morning, don't even do that. You don't even.
Oh
need
yeah,
to.
and like if you don't have acne, like why are you using these benzoyl peroxide?
Yeah,
products?
because then you might strip your skin like I did, which causes acne.
Yeah, and then future,
this even happened to me like 2 years ago. So my skin was literally perfect, no acne, the most beautiful boy.
boy.
I was like that bitch, you know?
Yeah.
I went to this facial girl and I said, but even though my face was perfect, I still had to come up with some flaws, you know? So I said, oh, but I don't like the blackheads in my nose, like blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh yeah, I just gave me these products to use. Use them, face acne, butt ugly. People saw me on the street and said, F you and your skin. And it's all because I got too greedy and tried to make my already perfect face more perfect.
But now you're back to the perfect face.
Yeah, I know.
I just looked at it and I don't see like your blackheads are basically.
But
diminished.
now, like my new thing is like redness. But
what's my? Oh yeah, so like with my skin, I just like do basically like minimal stuff, and then I also use like acne treatments, but. Just like I try not to do it every single day because I don't really have that much acne, but I want to prevent more.
I'm just gonna be honest, like I don't follow any of the rules I've been saying.
What?
Because like even just in the past 2 weeks, like I use this tretinoin mixed with azelaic acid, and I always say I'm just gonna use it 3 times a week. But then I always get into these mindsets where I'm like, I'm gonna use it every day because it'll probably look way better. And then my skin gets so fucking irritated and hurts and stings. And it literally just happened like 2 weeks ago where like I pushed it to the point where I'm like, my skin is burning, but just because I think if I use it every day, I'll probably look better.
Oh my god, I do that with so much
I don't even consider myself to like be insecure about how I look. I just do like, I'm gonna push my skin to another level. But you know what I mean? So I still am not even following my own rules. So, but then again, I am a dermatologist.
Oh yeah, like okay, that happens with so many things. So I'm thinking like 3 days a week I'm gonna work out in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And then for some reason, like some mornings I wake up and I'm like, wait, like I'm gonna work out more this day. and then not work out for the next 3 days. But like,
Oh, yeah.
I just want to work out because it makes me feel good, and then I'm just like, oh no, but like I always like changed my shit, and it's like, wait, why am I doing this?
But good luck to all of you guys, and if you don't want to treat your acne, don't. Queen.
And I'm not gonna give you my skincare routine because I have a big project with Proactive coming out next month.
Oh yeah. If you want to know mine, it's tretinoin mixed with niacinamide. How do you say that?
What brand do you use? The Ordinary?
I'm not gonna say in case like someone wants to
Wait,
sponsor.
but you use the Ordinary one now?
No. I'm not gonna say it because like whoever sponsors me, I'll say they did it.
Oh, okay.
Next.
Oh, water is overrated. Chocolate milk is butter.
I love that mentality.
My theory is this person's trolling. Like,
I love that mentality of just like, that's our mom's mentality. She hates water and is like, I love juice.
she started drinking water again.
I know,
now.
but like her whole life has been like, I'm a juice girl.
Yeah.
Showering every day is overrated. I really wish I didn't have to shower every day, but I am so greasy. When I wake up, my hair is like wet.
So I love showering every day, but at the same time, like, I for sure agree that it's overrated because when I shower one day and then take a day off and then shower, which like by the way, if anyone's commenting thinking that's so gross, that isn't gross. But what I noticed throughout the day is that like my skin feels more like moisturized. I'm not talking about my face skin,
Like
just like
grease.
my arm skin just feels like more like
Grease.
no, not greasy, just like more
Okay.
moisturized and like
Oh,
plump.
yeah. I wish I was someone who didn't have to shower every day. I wish I could shower every other day. So if you are like that, go you. But I'm one of those people who, like, if I don't shower, like, it just is gross. Like, my hair will look all, like, gross. And because I'm just, like, an oily person.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, yeah, I mean, it is overrated, but I still do it.
2000s fashion is overrated.
The reason why I'm gonna agree is just because it is everywhere, so it is overrated.
Someone on our Instagram left, like, 500 replies. That happened.
Oh, I wanted to mention this because I was scrolling through our Instagram to look at this thing, and then I was writing a bunch down, but then I realized it was all from the same goal, so I was like, I don't want it to all be from the same person.
I love that. She gave it multiple takes, though.
No, I'm not joking. 500 is obviously an exaggeration, but I was scrolling. I put 50%. Okay, there was probably like 100 replies. She probably got 50 of them.
Oh, my, yes. Give us the content.
No, and I'm not joking. She, like, honestly, this girl is a queen because everyone was actually a real one.
She had so many opinions.
So you'd be thinking like, oh, it was some like dumb shit. Like, fish is overrated. It was always like a sentence that like, actually I thought like, wait, I mean like, you're right.
Oh my God, go her. She read a whole book.
I know, like, maybe next podcast would just be reacting to hers.
Last but not least, Kylie Minogue's song Magic is underrated.
They actually said the music video specifically.
Oh, I haven't really seen the music video, but that song,
I felt bad because I didn't watch the music video either, I don't think.
Neither, I don't think. Unless I don't know. I know I watched one of her recent ones, but Magic by Kylie Minogue is so good.
Say Something and Magic.
Say Something.
They both like, okay, first of all, I am not gonna say they're underrated because if I was Kylie Minogue, I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah.
But I love both those songs. They're both so good.
I just love her whole career because like she consistently like releases an album every couple of years. Like never takes breaks. Like she just loves making music. I'm assuming at least, or maybe she just does it because maybe she's in a contract and like has no way out.
Nah, I bet she loves it.
I'm kidding, but she genuinely loves making music. I'm like, Say Something is so good.
I know, and they're always just upbeat bops.
Like
it was a whole disco album.
Listen to Say Something when you're alone in the car just driving. I've had moments where like I'm not. There's a moment times where I've listened to it and like it actually makes me feel creepy towards the end.
Wait, why?
Because like like the end of Say Something, like there's that voice going like. This weird voice. Like it makes me feel like weird, but in a good way. Like I feel like I'm like transcending my body or something.
I will say that with Kylie Minogue's music and other people's music, if I'm in the car alone. And like this isn't me over exaggerating. Sometimes like really getting the song, I'm just like actually jamming out. Like I'm actually jamming out. And then when the song's over, like I kind of it's this weird thing, and I'm not joking. Well, kind of like you were saying, I realized like, oh, I'm Jacob, and then I realized like wait, I just had like a whole dance party, and then like it's still like it's like this other party like unleashing.
But and Kylie Minogue said, I'm pretty sure she said in an interview when she wrote Say Something with the producer guy who she worked with, they like both cried after they made it because they're like, oh my God, how did we make that? And I'm not even kidding. Like when you listen to it the first time, you might just be like, oh, this is just a pop song. But then if you really get into like the bridge, like they like, I don't know what they did, but like
Wait, I
It's
want to
scary.
listen to it again. I haven't listened to it for like probably 3 weeks.
Well,
but
there's like
now
this
I'm
weird. There's like towards the end, it says like what she say like. Love is love, it never ends, and like it just like brings you to a whole different thing. Like you feel like you're a hippie at Burning Man. I'm like, love is love, it never ends. You know?
Day, I'm
Like, it
gonna
is weird.
tie this back to me watching that show earlier this week, the reality show. Like, okay, so when I was watching that reality show, I felt the opposite of that Kylie Minogue song because during the end of Kylie Minogue song when she says because I just got reminded of
Yeah.
that, love is love, it never ends. When like songs mention mention like oh yeah like I'm just like spread love to everyone.
Yeah,
around
and she
you.
also
It
says-
always makes me feel like so fulfilled and like
Oh, yeah.
oh my gosh, I'm like so like I'm just gonna like spread love. And, like,
She
I don't
also
care.
says, "Can we all become one again?" And that's like,
Oh,
oh my
yeah.
god, like we're all one being and just one thing of love, and we're at Burning Man and just running around like hippies, you know?
I know like whenever
That's
I
like
listen,
the vibe the song gives.
I swear I'm on acid trip when I'm doing
I
that
know
song.
I've never done acid, but like the farthest I've done is Kylie Minogue Say Something Bridge, where it's like, "Can we just all become one again?" You know?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Like
Kylie
the-
Minogue did that.
Like there has been weeks where I'm in a cabin in the woods just because of that song, and I'm like, I hate capitalism. I'm leaving. Joking. That hasn't happened yet.
Well, that's all the underrated and overrated. Thank you guys for sending it in.
Let's get to the real thing. Is this the same as unpopular opinion?
I think it might be. It might be the exact same.
Because Lucas mentioned that when we were talking about this topic, and I didn't agree, but I kind of agree because it was just people saying their like niche idea, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for sending them in, and I hope you had a great time listening. If you made it this far,
Have a good week.
and if you're sleeping, you're gonna sleep great. And love is love will our one.
Oh my god, yeah. A lot of people say they sleep while listening to this. So sometimes let's just read the lyrics to the end of them. Let's just pull it up so we don't make anything wrong. We're just gonna read the ending lyrics to the Kylie Minogue song to your sleeping body. Sounds so creepy.
I know it sounds like we're like trying to possess
And
them.
we'll just okay, you can
Okay.
read it. Let's read. You read the first paragraph and I'll read the second.
Wait, this goes on for a while. Okay. Cause love is love, it never ends. Can we all be one again? Cause love is love, it never ends. Can we all be as one again?
Cause love is love. It never ends. Can we all be as one again? Say something. Cause love is love. It never ends. Can we all be? Why do I feel like I'm doing a church service? I feel like I was at like the podium, like addressing like just some sort of like sermon.
Okay, but I do want to urge everyone right now, listen to Magic too, because
Oh, that's
when
on
I
the
listened to
bar.
that song, it reminded me that magic is real. And what I mean by that is just like anything's possible, be happy.
Bye.
Bye, thanks for listening.